Hey guys, it's Sam with Spieler Custom Baits, and today we're going to be doing a simple bucktail crappie jig. Starting off here with a 1/16 ounce jig head that I've cast with a number 2 hook. Go ahead and get it in the vise here. I've also gone ahead and I've two-tone powder coated this, black and chartreuse. Just trying to get the vise adjusted here. And let's make sure we get a good focus with this camera. For your crappie jigs, you can use a variety of materials. I usually revolve around marabou, bucktail, squirrel tail, sometimes rabbit fur. Start off here just by adding a little bit of adhesive to that hook shank before starting off with some 120 denier black thread. We're going to take that all the way down the shank and then bring that back up to the collar. And once we've done that, we're going to cut off our tag end. And I'm going to grab myself a piece of this Chartreuse Bucktail. Measure this out in a pinch. And we're going to go ahead and cut that off. And when cutting the bucktail, I like to try to make sure I get closest to the skin as I can, and then trim it up afterwards. And we're going to go ahead and pinch that and get rid of the guard hairs. Once we've gotten rid of the guard hairs, go ahead and measure that up and trim it down. For this one, I'm using a premium large bucktail. We're going to slide that to the collar and tie that all the way down. And bring that back up and clean it up a little bit. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab our chenille. I happen to be using a chartreuse worm chenille. Pull a little bit off the end just to expose the string a little bit, just so that we get a good tie-in. And we're going to tie that in all the way down the body. And we're going to be using nice even wraps, keeping even pressure. And we're going to wrap that all the way up to the jig head. I'm going to do 2 over and then 2 under, just to make sure that we tie this in and we don't get any slippage. Once we have that in good, we're going to go ahead, cut off our tagging. And then we're going to clean that up a little bit by just doing some extra wraps, making sure that we get the end of that chenille pushed in there. Finish this off with a whip finish. I like to go ahead and do it a couple of times just to make sure that it doesn't slip. And then we're going to cut our thread. Now to make sure that all this ties in really nice, we're going to go ahead and use some loon hard head on the jig. I'm just going to be using a bobbin push for an applicator. Just to try to keep some of that off of the chenille, as it will harden the chenille and change the profile. Wipe off the extra. And now our jig is pretty much finished. Give it a couple hours to dry off and it's ready to go. Let's go ahead and grab that and get a couple of close-ups on it. Alright, now we have our finished crappie jig. These are great for crappie and multiple applications. They have a little bit of a stiff finish to them. Let's turn this around for you guys. And there you go with that nice two-tone bucktail crappie jig. Again, thank you guys for watching.